They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Purdy bootlegging it. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 4. To throw, here's Willis. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins,
61 yards.
And the Texans are on the board first here in this division round matchup.
Nick Folk for the point after. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Well, now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they wanted now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up 5?
Yeah, just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Purdy on 4th down.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Here's Willis. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Willis.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. Robbie Chosen, 42 yards.
And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
And this will be caught. This time the 2-point conversion works, and it's 14-0. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Willis to throw.
This is caught.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right on the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Now Willis. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
With how the coverage was positioned, up was about the only spot the quarterback had to try and deliver that pass. Just put a little too much height on it. Incomplete.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Texans continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
48 yards on the ground here for Harris. It's a first down.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Derek Stingley, he got there in a hurry, and he earns the TFL.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
21-0 our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Here's Purdy. This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
They'll try the left side with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
A 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Colts are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've seen their 21-0 advantage cut to just 7, so time to go back to work here, 1st and 10. This one complete to Christian Kirk, and they're able to get this one across the 35. From the gun, here's Willis. That ball caught. It's chosen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 35 yards the game there. Another first down as well.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Willis. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
2nd and 10. Mechie, the man in motion. Now Willis to throw. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation.
The end result, 21 yards.
From the gun, here's Willis.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's go.
They'll look to run with Hall.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Breece Hall
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now up to 14. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
Here as he's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, defensively, they're doing everything they can to protect this early lead after giving up a touchdown on their last drive.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Purdy.
Got a man complete. It's Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a third time here on 4th down.
They'll go for it. Here's Purdy.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Adonai Mitchell
laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Colts' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Willis looking to throw it.
Flush to his right. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
They do go for it. Here's Willis.
Dancing to his left.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Extra point attempt to come here. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3. Now this time, Willis throwing it. He'll let this go deep for Collins.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's in. Touchdown, still. Nico Collins with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Texans will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Folk connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
Adonai Mitchell
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Colts have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Looking right side, and it's intercepted.
Troy Hill picks it. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And the Colts pick it up.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Here's Willis. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's third down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Willis looks to pass it here.
He's got a man, complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 37.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Willis to throw once more. He's got it to Collins, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Texans come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and they will take a 7-point lead. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Running left, Taylor. 104 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. They run once more with Taylor.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Running straight ahead, Taylor to the 43, second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The solid stiff arm. He's a bulldozer. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third.
Back to throw, Purdy.
Eluding the... Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
They're going for it. Here's Herbert.
And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Colts unable to convert here on fourth down. And this Texans defense stands tall. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Willis out of the gun.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defensive credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
They'll try and lay this out for Chosen.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
162 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
To the right side, complete to Taylor. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Shoves him aside. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
Still going.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Colts are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point safely through. And that will tie our game here in the third. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And it's a pretty good return here, so he'll get this up to the 29.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Here is 3rd down and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Trying for it on 4th down. Here's Willis. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation, but they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Houston. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Willis.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Back to throw, Willis.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
19, tight. 19, here we go, set.
Again, Willis to throw. That one complete downfield to Kirk.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here we go. Warriors 70. Go.
Back to throw, Willis.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Viking 18.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler.
Willis on 3rd and goal.
And he fends him off. Now he's forced out left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And no movement for the field goal unit to break this tie. They're going to go for this thing. 4th and goal. Here we go.
Willis looking to throw it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Second down, another run with Taylor.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Purdy.
Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go. I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And this is going to be intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll run it for the 1st time with Dameon Pierce.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
60 Eagles, 60. Here we go, shot.
Here's Willis.
Flush to his right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Here we go, here we go.
Now Willis. That is caught,
and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this play doesn't work at all as he's going to be marked down behind the line after the dive.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And his kick is good.
Well, sometimes you get a mismatch in these divisional round games. Not here. This has been everything we could have hoped for.
Okay, Brandon, don't get mad at me, but it's time for the old cliche.
Bring it.
Neither of these teams deserves to lose, but in the end, it's looking like the late field goal is going to be the difference in this game.
That's a good cliche. We'll let that one go. And the Texans are moving on.